the best way that I can put it is if I was running a wrestling company and you gave me open pick for every wrestler in the world to start drafting and build my roster, I would look at CM Punk and say, yeah, he's going to get eyes and yeah, he's going to have some good wrestling matches, but is it worth the constant headache and the hassle?
Look, chat.
A lot of people here.
It's this guy right here.
Things we're going to talk about.
His name in this stream is Here We Go Again. He's I don't remember his full name. I don't remember what his name is and what he goes by. But I know he's like popping on TikTok though. I was on this show once and I was looking up all these guys and I'm like, damn, like why can't I be on it? Why did I ain't get an invite to be on this show? Like I got more subs than these guys. And then I go to their TikToks. These motherfuckers got like 50, 40K. I'm gonna get there eventually, but yeah, these guys are some of y'all may know him though. But our main focus is this guy right here. He has his head down and his name is Here We Go Again.
So we're not even gonna do intros, man. Most people, everybody's here from PC. Who's usually here? Everybody's here from PC.
Background check.
We have some guests. We have Bird, Josiah, and Alex here.
My man's was hurt, boy. Okay, he goes first actually.
Most anticipated episode probably of the year we've had so far. I'm trying to figure it out.
You're doing it, bro. Hogging the spotlight.
Lagging on me, bro. It's lagging.
I got you. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, fix it, bro. Yeah, it's lagging on me,
I
bro.
got you.
We
I'm gonna move him here.
Yeah, put Jade in the center. There you go.
Kennedy.
Everybody, nobody say nothing. Let him talk.
Hey, let's mute. I'll mute myself.
Everybody mute themselves.
All right. So we are going to be nice. We are going to be nice as possible, but I'm assuming we all respect, well, not just respect, but everybody in this stream, and I'm not going to edit this because he's giving his live, like, I feel bad about that with, like, the whole suplex situation because I got to edit mine up and, chop out parts that was like, okay, I got to present it as polished as possible. So my response to this is I'm going to just clip this out and I'm going to upload it. And there's going to be people who disagree with me, but I think it's only fair that I respond unedited, unfiltered. But this guy is so triggered. You can already tell. He's so triggered. And let's hear him out. We're going to be nice, though. Get them likes up, though. Ah, shit.
Yeah, so the main event was great. There was a lot of good storytelling in there. Seth Rollins was great. Randy Orton, boo, what a return, guys, huh? All right.
Jade, his name is Jade. Okay.
All right, guys. Here's the thing. First of all, I just want all of you to know this is a true story. As the show was panning out, I knew. As the show was panning out and Cole wouldn't shut the fuck up, I knew. I was halfway through. I was on my phone. I was in our group chat. I was halfway through typing a message, and all that message said was, please fade out. Couldn't even finish the word please, and then guys, here's the thing, okay? Guys like Axel, Bird, who worship the man, I totally get it. I do not hold any ill will towards anyone who is excited to see CM Punk be back. As backwards as my TikTok comments may have that, I never said that anyone had to follow my line of thinking. This is not for Axel or Bird. This is for my TikTok comments. I never said that anyone had to follow my line of thinking. I have no faith in CM Punk. Even now that he's back, I still have no faith in him. I'll get to that in a second. But if Dolph Ziggler were to pop up in AEW tomorrow, I'm going to shoot out of my pants. The same way that a lot of you did for CM Punk. I totally get it. I have no qualms with that. Chicago going nuts. Obviously, they were going to go nuts. I do not blame them once that music hit.
Hey, is it echoing at all? We good? Is it echoing at all? Chat, let me know. Chat, let me know. Y'all talk about Hammerstone. Man, we talk about CM Punk right now. Is it echoing at all? Is the volume good? I would hate to go through this whole video and it'd be echoing. It's good? All right, appreciate it. That's why you a mod.
I do not hold the Chicago crowd responsible for how they reacted, right? I get all of that. Guys, I'm just going to speak from the heart.
bro.
I I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in how last night went. There was a lot of good storytelling in the return of Randy Orton. And he hit the ring and he dominated. He didn't take a single bump, which is fine. He didn't have to take a bump. He's Randy fucking Orton, okay? The baby faces get the big win. Randy's out there celebrating. And then it all just gets washed away. Can you imagine?
Before we talk about CM Punk, though, was the storytelling in that match really that good? Was it? Because who started the so? What exactly was the game plan to whereas we're not going to spend too much time on this, but what exactly was the game plan for Drew McIntyre not to be able to go in as soon as Jey Uso went in? You know, like even on Monday night, the next night, they didn't explain what the game plan was. Obviously, to cash in the Money in the Bank, but if the idea was to cash in the Money in the Bank, wouldn't it make sense for Damian Priest to be the freshest one and have Drew McIntyre come in and clear out the help? And then let's talk about Randy Orton and his storytelling. Why was he late? Jim Cornette said, why was he late? It was never explained to us why he was late. All right, Adam, that's your last one, bro. We're being nice here. If you want to critique him, critique his arguments, but you know, we're not taking personal shots here. So, right, yeah, we're not doing that. So, what was I saying? The Randy Orton storytelling. Even the next night, he didn't explain to us why he was late, other than we know why he was late, so he can get the big pop. But was the storytelling that great? I don't know. It was all right. It was okay. But to act like CM Punk ruined such a great storytelling, whatever, it was a great moment, not great story. It wasn't a great story. If anything, Randy Orton ruined a great story. He didn't explain to us why he was late. And then the only story he had was Jey Uso. And then we see him hugging Jey Uso. Like, it kind of ruined whatever we can get out of you two. It was okay. But was it great? They just looked at each other. And he, like, kind of saved them. And then, you know, it's good. But great? It wasn't what we would have talked about the next night. No, we would have forgot that part. That's what I mean by it wasn't great. We would have forgot about it. Yeah.
Imagine, just as an example, as an avid gamer myself, as someone who grew up in the arcades, if you spent hours at an arcade machine racking up a high score and you're so elated and everyone around you is watching and cheering you on and everyone's so happy, and then 30 seconds later some bigger kid swoops in and gets the higher score in half the time. They had the perfect ending right there. And then here comes Mr. Chick Magnet Punk. He's doing what they told him to do. I'm not blaming Punk for coming out when he did. I know Punk didn't make that decision. But I just don't like how it went. I don't like how it completely erased anybody's memory of that War Games match, which was really, really good from a storytelling perspective.
I don't know this, but I wonder what he thought when Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson debuted after Adam Cole. I don't remember what match it was. I'm assuming it was Kenny Omega versus Christian. I'm assuming. But it was at Double or Nothing. It was CM Punk's first match against Darby Allin. And on the same night, Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson debuted. Did he feel the same way about that? Did Adam Cole ruin Kenny Omega and Christian's match? Did Daniel Bryan ruin Adam Cole's debut? Did Daniel Bryan ruin Kenny Omega and Christian's match? Because I can tell you nobody talks about that match. I don't even remember if that was the match. The only thing we talk about was Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole debuted together. I'm interested in what he felt about that. Because it was the exact same thing. The exact same thing. A main event match with main event talent getting interrupted by a return and a debut. Kind of the same thing if we're being fair.
From a wrestling perspective, and yet when I scroll TikTok and I scroll Twitter, no one's talking about the War Games match. No one's talking about the storytelling with Drew, Jay, Sammy, Seth, Cody, Finn. Everyone just wants to talk about CM Punk. Again, I don't blame anyone for doing that, but there was a lot of really good stuff that happened in that closing segment. The whole show was okay. It started really good and finished really good. Everything in the middle was kind of average. We'll get to that later. My thing is, I'm disappointed, and I personally don't understand it. I mean, I guess he's probably going to make you some money. I guess, but eventually, and he has to prove to me that this is going to go differently, because right now, my assumption, it's just an assumption, is that this is going to end badly. In some way, shape, or form, this is going to end badly, because I think this whole idea was sprouted out of spite. Rather, that was spite for each other, or spite for the fans, or spite for guys like Ryback, who publicly said, I'll retire. That's the only good thing that could have come out of this, is if Ryback actually had retired. This whole relationship and this signing was born out of spite. And that can't end well. Now, I'm not going to get into Rollins freaking out or McIntyre storming out. None of us know if that was a work or not. None of us know if that was real or not. So I'm not going to get into that until we have more information on it. But would it surprise me if we were already seeing people angry in the locker room about Punk being there and drama and poison? And no, wouldn't be surprised at all, based on his previous interactions with AEW and with WWE. But I can't say whether or not that's real. I would just not be surprised if it is real. What happens?
So he just said a lot there. My thing is, why are we acting like he just tear downs wherever he goes? The man built up ROH. Am I wrong in that? Chat, y'all tell me, because I'm the WWE guy. I wasn't watching ROH growing up. I was barely watching TNA. I didn't watch AEW until Punk came. I think we could safely say that Punk was one of the guys who built up ROH. Do we agree? Chat, do we agree? Tell me if I'm tripping. Tell Mikey if Mikey is tripping. Okay, so CM Punk is one of the guys. And I think he left ROH better than where he found it. So, okay, let's move on to WWE. In WWE, the man nearly died. Like, bro, in WWE, and I'm not just talking to Jade, the guy on the screen. I'm talking to AEW fans. I'm talking to CM Punk critique or critics or haters or whatever y'all want to call yourself, the man nearly died in WWE in 2014. If he stayed, he would have died because he had a staph infection that they were not going to treat. If you don't believe me, he got sued for all of this. He got sued for the podcast where he exposed all of this. If he would have stayed, he would have ran himself into the ground. Am I tripping when I say that? Am I tripping when I say if CM Punk would have went back to, if he would have stayed in WWE, if he would have stayed in WWE in 2014, he would have died. Or very worse, he would have ran himself into the ground. Is Mikey tripping? Chat, let me know. Am I telling lies? Okay, so I'm so far I'm on track. Should he have done the podcast? Probably not. Probably not. Should he have told his story? That's up to him. You know how traumatic it is to be dry heaving after every match? Can't go to sleep because you're in constant pain? Who are we to tell him how he should react to how WWE did him? Okay, now let's move on to AEW for the 1,000th time on my channel. They fucked him over. Are we you see how he's never, he hasn't brought up what people have done to him? So we're bringing up 2 instances where he went scorched earth and said, fuck this place, I gotta go. We're bringing up 2 instances, and if you don't know what the 2 instances is, the all-out media scrum and getting in the fight with Jack Perry. Do we blame CM Punk for Jack Perry? Do we blame CM Punk for that? I know one person who does, but he's ridiculous for doing so. I'm talking about Suplex. Blaming CM Punk for how he handled Jack Perry, I just can't get down with that. I just can't get down with that. The man was I can't get down with we don't know what happened. We don't know what exactly happened. Who approached who first? Who, whatever. And then to lump on top of that, his travel got messed up. One of his heroes just died that week. More backstage issues coming up that Tony Khan and nobody else is trying to handle. Stuff still coming out about him in the dirt sheets. And the Young Bucks won't meet with him to mend fences. He keeps reaching out, but they're not trying to mend fences. And it's not just the Hangman Adam Page promo. It's not just that. It's the dirt sheets. It's the removing him from the video game cover, but adding Kenny Omega, who got suspended with him. It's the placing of props against his face, so you're covering his face up on a truck. It's the not checking him. It's not checking him and Adam Page for months. It's Hangman Adam Page chipping his tooth. It's breaking your foot the night after you win the championship. It's tearing. It's John Moxley trying to run some terrible storyline. These are all the things he's dealing with. It's them mocking him for the bite. Kenny Omega copied his taunt. The Young Bucks messed up the lariat or whatever it's called. These are all things just building up. And the cup ran over. So again, show me an instance where it wasn't justified for CM Punk to go scorched earth. Like, show me an instance of, like, there's one instance where I look at CM Punk like, bro, you was fucking tripping and you were dead wrong for that. The calling out Hangman Adam Page about the toy thing, like, it was a joke, but he didn't read the room. He didn't read the room, and he was dead wrong for that. But you can, okay, what was like we did this with Suplex. Let's do it with him. You could say CM Punk was wrong for calling out Hangman Adam Page on live television. You could say he was wrong for the media scrum. You could say he was wrong for making jokes about Hangman Adam Page post-collision show. You could say he was wrong for the counterfeit Bucks line. You could say he was wrong for fighting Jack Perry. Those are 5 things. And if there's more, you can whatever. But look what's going on against them, though. Those are 5 things. Look what's going on against them. Again, the Hangman Adam Page promo. No consequences for the Hangman Adam Page promo. Hangman Adam Page chipped his tooth. What else happened? He broke his foot, but that was his fault. Then he comes back and there's dirt sheets, articles. I remember hearing these I remember seeing these articles because even me, this big CM Punk fan, this big CM Punk glazer, I'm looking at CM Punk like, damn, bruh. Because also, I'm still looking at him crazy for the Coca Cabana lawsuit for 10 years ago. So, you got that. You got the dirt sheets. You got, so then the brawl out happens. They bust in his locker room. They bust in his locker room. They remove him from the cover. They give Kenny Omega the cover as if he isn't suspended as well. They take shots at him while he's out. Then he comes back. They won't meet with him. They won't mend fences. They won't even let bygones be bygones. Then the Jack Perry thing happens. For some reason, he has to, and then Brandon Cutler, whoever that guy is. So then we had 11 things right now. The Brandon Cutler stuff. The Brandon Cutler tweets. The Ryan Nemeth tweets. Who the fuck? My bad. Then we got the Ryan Nemeth tweets. Then we got who the fuck is this? I'm sorry, I'm getting tweets. Or text. And then we got the Jack Perry thing. For some reason, he has to handle Jack Perry. Like, when I say handle Jack Perry, they went to him telling him to talk about Jack Perry, or to talk Jack Perry out of the glass situation. Then Jack Perry throws a shot at him on live television. Those are 14 things off top of my head that were going against CM Punk. 14. And he doesn't bring any of that up. CM Punk's the problem. CM Punk is the problem. Okay.
Will CM Punk now? I don't know, but what I will tell you is that someone who was probably going to get an earned WrestleMania slot is going to have to lose it now because Punk is here to take it. I don't know who that's going to be, but somebody is. Is he going to have good matches? Probably. He's a good professional wrestler. Not nearly as good as he was 10 years ago. He showed that in AEW multiple times. But is he going to have good wrestling matches? Probably. Is he going to get good promos? Probably. Are we going to get memorable?
Again, did he feel the same way with Edge? Did he feel the same way with Stone Cold Steve Austin? I genuinely want to look this up. Like, I want to look up his reaction to this stuff. Because you could say that Stone Cold stole a main event from Bianca Belair. Another main event. You could say that Edge took a main event from whoever. You could say the same thing about Edge when he came back in 2020. You could say the same thing about Stone Cold Steve Austin when he came back in 2022. You could say the same thing about Cody. So I wonder if he feels the same way about them.
Moment side of this. Was that return, regardless of my feelings for the man, one of the best returns in wrestling history? Bar none, yes, 100%. And regardless of what a lot of people in my comments and on Twitter think, it's possible to think both of those things. It's possible for me to understand and know that that's going to go down as one of the top 5 returns with everything that's involved in it in wrestling history. But for me personally, to just be a little bit disappointed that they chose to sign him, I don't think it was worth it based on what he showed to be in AEW. But again, to everyone, I'll close on this, to everyone who was excited for it, to everyone like Santi and Suplex and Tesh and everyone whose reactions went viral, and to people who worship the man as a wrestler and who love him as a wrestler, like Axel and like Bird and anyone, I totally get it. And I don't hold ill will for you being excited for the man, because I totally understand why you are.
That's me. I see.
Actually, if you had seen me in my living room.
Hold up. I commented, and I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. If you look at, I'll never understand looking at the entire AEW situation and thinking that guy is the problem. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. When you got guys in this match, this same match, you could say this, like, Randy Orton has done worse. Randy Orton has done way worse. Seth Rollins has done way worse. Jey Uso has done way worse. I don't get it. Don't Google me has done way worse. Brock Lesnar has done way worse. John Cena has done way worse than getting in a fight backstage. I'll never understand it, bro. I'll never understand it.
Room last night, I was not excited.
Go ahead and address this real quick before we move on. What is your issue with dude? So if you want to touch on that real quick, we can. You can touch on it real quick, Jade.
What, with Punk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with CM Punk has been since the beginning. I don't trust him to be a healthy, functioning part of a wrestling locker room anymore, because he was gone for 7 years. When he came back to AEW, I had my doubts from the very beginning. It's documented. You can watch my TikTok videos. I had doubts about whether or not that was going to work. It didn't. Regardless of whose fault you think that was, we can have that discussion if you want, but it's a fact that it didn't work. And then I don't think it's going to be any better in WWE. The doctor that was there in the beginning is still there. A lot of guys that he beefed with on Twitter for the past 7-8 years are still there. And I don't think that he's the same wrestler as he was 10 years ago. And a lot of his supporters and fans seem to think that he is. And I just personally don't see it. So the best way that I can put it is, if I was running a wrestling company and you gave me open pick for every wrestler in the world to start drafting and build my roster, I would look at CM Punk and say, yeah, he's going to get eyes, and yeah, he's going to have some good wrestling matches, but is it worth the constant headache and the hassle? You guys remember when Tim Tebow was...
And let's look at it. Like, I need to look back and see why he had his doubts about CM Punk and AEW. Because literally, again, in WWE, it took this man nearly dying, or like just being just mentally, physically, spiritually sick to snap. And the worst he did was tell Triple H, I don't need to wrestle you, you need to wrestle me, and walked out. And when we say beefing with guys on Twitter, I think of The Miz. And he was wrong for that. He was wrong for that. The way he went at the Miz, I do think the Miz did something, like took a shot at him first. But again, CM Punk is the guy. He's consistent. If you come at me, I'm gonna come at you. Don't start with me. Don't make problems with me. I like, barring ROH, show me somebody who he openly had a problem with first. Even with the Miz, he had a problem with the Miz main event and Mania over him. The only time he spoke about that was in his documentary. That was the only time. And Seth Rollins does that every interview. Seth Rollins does that every interview. He did it to Bray Wyatt before he died. He did it to he spoke about how he wanted the main event. He thought, like, he was happy for his wife, but he really wanted the main event, Mania 35. He did it to Riddle. He did it to Cody. He did it to Punk. Seth Rollins does the same exact thing, and this man has no problem with that. Maybe we should talk about why Seth Rollins has a problem with everybody. You know why we don't? Because he's in WWE, where if it is a problem, you're going to work together, and it's just, we're going to make it a storyline, and that'll be it. I just... Okay, Ryback. Okay, somebody in the chat said Ryback. That was like, I think that was like a instance of Punk telling the truth, but telling it in a very harsh way. I don't know if he said what he said to Ryback. I don't know if he has a history of lying though. To me, I've never known CM Punk as a liar. So if he's just saying his truth and how he felt about a situation. Oh, we could add Elijah Burke to that as well if y'all don't know. I don't know if he was joking, but he said like Elijah Burke was like one of the worst wrestlers he worked with. But again, is that starting a problem, or is that just telling your truth and it just so happens to hurt somebody's feelings? You know? I got an echo now? Why the fuck is it echoing now? Is it still echoing? Why is it echoing now? That's bullshit. It sounds good to y'all? Hold up. I think I hear it. Hold up. Is that starting a problem, or is nah, I don't got an echo. That's KC. You tripping, KC. KC, my biggest hater. I think, like, again, barring ROH, I heard about indie CM Punk, and indie CM Punk, yeah, like, okay, I'll give y'all that. That dude sounds like a dick. But again, that was 16 years, like at minimum 18 years ago. Are we gonna hold him to who he was 18 years ago? Like I don't get that. I don't get that. So again, barring ROH, and yeah, he spoke his truth about Ryback, and it just so happened that he had a bad experience with Ryback. He spoke his truth with The Miz. He just so happened he had a bad experience with The Miz. He didn't disrespect The Miz. He didn't disrespect. I won't say he didn't disrespect Ryback. But it seems like it seems like anybody he talked about, like who he disrespected, you know, like Ryback, John Laurinaitis, the whole IWC doesn't like him either. So is he justified in that? But yeah, it's like somebody in the comments just said Ryback deserved all the hate. So I don't know, man. Like Seth Rollins got problems with multiple people. And he speaks his truth about multiple people. Did he disrespect Bray Wyatt when he said working with Bray Wyatt ruined his character when it didn't? I'm paraphrasing, but he said something close to that. Was he paraphrasing then? I mean, was he not paraphrasing? Was he disrespecting him then? Was he starting drama then? And this was when Bray Wyatt was on the verge of returning. You know, like Seth Rollins did that. So they don't call out Seth Rollins for that. I don't get it. And I just
was the quarterback of the Jets, and no one wanted to talk about how the Jets were doing. It was just about how Tim Tebow was doing. It's that kind of thing. He's a distraction. I think he's more of a distraction than he is an addition to a wrestling roster. And I personally, running a company, wouldn't sign him because I think he's more of a headache than he's worth.
Okay.
No. So, everybody's gonna get a turn. Put Jason on the screen.
We have a super chat. We have a super chat real quick. All right,
I got you. From Miguel Ortiz.
He's a favorite to win the Rumble, such a mania. I agree.
Just give a short answer, yes or no, before we let Jason go.
Yes. I think it's gonna be Punk and Rollins.
Yes,
he's the favorite. Yes.
Yeah. And we'll get on to why.
See,
Everybody's gonna go because there's a lot to
Everybody's
unpack,
gonna go. Yeah. Everybody's gonna get a turn to go. So let Jason go next. Okay, put him on the big screen. Put him on the big screen. G. Put him on the big screen. There you go.
Oh my God! Look. Oh, what day is today? Hold on. What day is today?
The era of hating Josiah now. I don't know why. That's all I gotta say. I don't know why.
I mean, hey, we got R-Truth though.
Facts, yeah. R-Truth.
I ain't
To a crazy pop, by the way. That was the third biggest pop of the.
First of all, it's a day of mourning. Okay, it's been a whole day of mourning because WWE does not like Josiah Arrington. Okay.
Clearly.
This dude my hatred for CM Punk is not from a personal place like a lot of people. My hatred strictly derives from a fan standpoint. This nigga was torturing me the whole time I was in middle school, bro. Beating on my face. Who was up? Who always went up against John Cena? It was CM Punk. Nigga told, excuse my language.
He went a whole different direction.
Vince McMahon, he was gonna take the title.
I really thought so early in the day, bro. I woke up and I was like, man, if CM Punk does not come back, I'm not gonna be surprised. Because I was like, it's WWE, they don't deliver when it comes to this stuff. They under-deliver. So when they
again, we can talk about his arguments, but we not doing fat jokes and stuff like that. All right.
They panned out, they had the wide shot, and Michael Cole's talking. I was preparing myself. I say he's not coming back. He's really not. Yes, sir. Hey, Omar's going to beat that ass, bro. Fun, bro. But I was like, he's not coming back. I literally, it's Jay's dream match. I was literally preparing myself to like, CM Punk's not coming back. He's not. It's cool. Whatever. Fine. And when that static hit, bro, I got up on my seat. I said, whoa, bro, I lost my shit. I honestly, it's funny. My little sis texted me and she was like, CM Punk's back. I was like, oh my God. And she's like, how long you give him? He said 8 months. I say a year. I say he goes. He comes and he goes in a year, and he caused some drama. I don't think he's staying for long. I'm just going to enjoy why he's here. I don't think he's making it past next year's Survivor Series. I don't think he's making it to 2026. Or 2025. Let's just be honest. He signed a 3-year deal. He'd be out 1. CM Punk is not. No. He's a cancer. He's toxic. He's going to beef with somebody. And Triple H, Nick Khan, Endeavor, TKO, all of them, they're not going to take that. They're not going to take that. They're going to kick CM Punk out. CM Punk, he's not lasting past a year. I'm going to enjoy it while I can. He's going to get the main event. He's going to probably win the world title. That's cool. Gunther's going to pack him up in Germany. Cool. Whatever. And he's going to leave. That's it. He's not staying past a year. He's getting packed up.
So you give him till what? 2020, end of 2024? Survivor Series?
Yeah, end of 2024. He does not get to 2025.
All right, let Axe go, bro. He's anticipating. Let Axe go.
All right. Yeah. Again, this whole he's a cancer stuff. Like, he dealt with WWE's nonsense for from 2005 to 2014, and it took him literally being sick physically, mentally, spiritually for him to finally snap. He snapped in AEW because there was a lot going on against him. It was something new every day. And he snapped. And to act like he's a cancer for just defending himself. All right. So I hate it. I don't like it. But that's the internet wrestling community for you. That's what it is. And it's sick how they do our legends. They build you up. Because, again, these guys, if it was 10 years ago, they would have, they were the guys chanting CM Punk, you know? But I guess you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. And it's just, I hate it. I hate it because, you know, again, we lose legends like every year. And I just want them to be appreciated, especially when it just sucks that they don't get the benefit of the doubt. But I would love to have a conversation with these dudes about it, because me and Jay have talked about it, like, on the stream. I was on the stream. We talked, like, I was on Player's Choice. It was a long time ago. But and he said I was saying whataboutism because I brought up Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Chris Jericho, you know, all guys. Like, Chris Jericho has been in multiple backstage fights.